Hello everyone and welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel. Spoilers for Y&R. Kyle Abbott's relationship is at a crossroads. Is he ready to move on? The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, went through a devastating heartbreak recently, with Claire Newman dumping him. Given that Claire appears to have found a new love, it's possible that Kyle could also be on the verge of discovering a new romance as well. Kyle could stumble upon a new romance sooner than he thinks. As viewers have noticed, Kyle's lies have finally caught up to him. Claire Newman, Hayley Erin, has left because of his relationship with Victor Newman and his kiss with Audra Charles. Claire has since ended her relationship with Kyle and may be moving on with Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. However, Kyle is still not ready to give up on Claire. Meanwhile, another potential love interest might be waiting for him, though he may not see it yet. To win Claire back, Kyle has sought help from her mother, Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley. Kyle has been receiving Victoria's advice on how to win back her daughter as they have been spending more time together. However, the tables could turn, and things go in another direction entirely. That being said, things might take a different turn. As the two spend time together and discuss love, a connection could form between Victoria and Kyle. After all, Victoria is also dealing with a similar heartbreak. She is currently single because of Cole Howard's, J. Eddie Peck's passing. It's possible that they could grow closer as they both grieve their lost loves. As the saying goes, misery loves company, and it can be comforting to be alone together. The fact that Victoria and Claire are mother and daughter might make fans less interested in this storyline. However, similar situations have occurred with other characters in Genoa City. Fans may remember that Ashley Abbott once gave up Ben Stitch Rayburn for her daughter, Abby Newman. What comes around, comes around. Victoria has been in similar storylines before. Victoria has been involved in similar plots before. Cole had an affair with Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, prior to starting a relationship with her. Brad Carlton, Don Diamorne, Victoria's future husband, was previously engaged to her mother. Her affair with JT caused this marriage to end. Hellstrom, who was dating her stepdaughter Colleen Carlton. However, despite the fact that Victoria is attempting to assist Kyle, it seems unlikely that she would betray Claire in this manner. Nevertheless, it could generate good drama. It might even lead to a negative turn for Claire's character, and make her not so goody two-shoes. Catch up on everything that is going on right now with Y&R. The Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates can be found here frequently. Kyle grills Sienna, Devon and Kane connect, Mariah's past. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of October 20th, 2025. Fans can expect Kyle Abbott to grill Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun. Kane Ashby connects with Devon Winters. Plus, Mariah Copeland faces her past. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Kyle Abbott grills Sienna Bacall. Let's begin with Sienna. Nathan Owens' Holden Novak recently introduced the club's owner. Sienna didn't seem to care for Holden's past squeeze, Audra Charles. However, she did seem to take a bit of a liking to Claire Grace Newman, although it was in an odd way. Kyle is busy digging for dirt on Holden and proving that Claire's making all the wrong choices. Kyle will stalk Holden and try to dig up information about his past. Could it be that Kyle discovers Holden and Audra's secret from so long ago? Kyle grills Sienna and wants answers about Holden. However, Sienna doesn't seem like the type to give him any intel. In point of fact, rather than the other way around, Sienna might be the one to warn Kyle. Devon Winters makes a connection. He sees Devon again while he is with Kane. The recently returned tycoon will try to make amends with the music label owner. Devon, on the other hand, can be cold and unforgiving when he suspects someone of plotting against him, particularly when his loved ones are negatively impacted. Devon might even tell Kane instead of talking empty words, to prove it with his actions. Mariah Copeland's past. According to the spoilers for The Young and the Restless for the week of October 20th, Mariah will continue to be haunted by her past. Ian Ward's return has been teased in the media. As a result, he might surface in Mariah's memories as she goes through therapy and everything. Meanwhile, Tessa Porter makes an interesting move. In a preview, Tessa stumbles on the stairs and looks drunk. She tries to kiss Daniel Romalotti, Jr. at this point. Michael Graziardi, after he catches her. Will Daniel accept the kiss, or tell her it's better to stop now? Week of October 20th, 2025. Fans will also see Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, receive an unexpected invitation. Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, will also plot revenge against Christine Blair. Phyllis and Kane finally come to an agreement later that week. Sally Spectra will go to extremes to help Audra Charles. Nick Newman and Sharon Newman continue fretting about Noah Newman. Nick also gets to know Sienna at some point. During the week of October 20th, 2025, which storyline are you most excited to see? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Kyle grills Sienna, Devon and Kane reconnect, and Mariah faces her haunting past. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 20th, 2025, promise explosive drama, heartfelt confrontations, and emotional reckonings that could change the landscape of Genoa City once again. While Kane Ashby tries to reconcile with Devon Winters after years of animosity, Kyle Abbott finds himself playing detective in his never-ending search for the truth. In another scene, Mariah Copeland must confront the figurative and emotional ghosts of her past during a week filled with heartbreak, reflection, and shocking turns. From new alliances to long-buried secrets, this week on Y&R is poised to deliver everything fans love about the CBS daytime juggernaut: power, passion, and personal upheaval. Sienna Bacall is grilled by Kyle Abbott. Obsession, jealousy, and the search for the truth. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, has never been one to sit idly by when it comes to matters of the heart or matters of control. Fresh off his heartbreak with Claire Newman, Haley Erin, and still smarting from her growing closeness to Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, Kyle's emotions are reaching a boiling point. He is desperate to expose Holden's true nature, convinced that something sinister lies beneath the charming surface of the new man in Claire's life. Tamara Braun plays the mysterious club owner Sienna Bacall, who has a sharp tongue and appears to know more than she admits. Introduced to viewers through Holden, Sienna immediately became a character of intrigue. She's confident, calculating, and clearly harbors her own opinions about Genoa City's tangled elite. Despite her dislike for Audra Charles, Zuleika Silva, Holden's ex-girlfriend, her feelings for Claire were strangely tender, albeit in a mysterious and unsettling way. When Kyle begins prying into Holden's past, he crosses paths with Sienna, and sparks fly, though not the romantic kind. In an effort to learn more about Holden, Kyle confronts her out of both jealousy and curiosity. But Sienna is no pushover. She's lived long enough in the shadows of Genoa City's social underbelly to recognize a man chasing ghosts. She might end up flipping the script and cautioning Kyle to tread carefully before he finds himself in over his head, rather than feeding Kyle's obsession. The warning of Sienna, a look inside Kyle's chaos. Sienna's role this week could be pivotal. Not only does she talk to Kyle about Holden, but she also talks about reflection. Kyle's desperation mirrors the traits of a man who's losing control, not one who's discovering the truth. Sienna's cool demeanor might shake him to his core, forcing him to ask himself what he's really looking for. Is he genuinely trying to protect Claire, or is he trying to reclaim something he's already lost? Sienna, after all, has her own mysterious connections. She may be related to Holden in more intimate ways than she admits, possibly as an old flame, rival, or business associate, according to some of her admirers. Her involvement ensures a layer of intrigue that will permeate multiple storylines over the coming weeks, regardless of the truth. Devon Winters and Kane Ashby, a tense reconnect ion rooted in history. Meanwhile, Y&R spoilers reveal that Devon Winters, Brighton James, and Kane Ashby, Daniel Goddard, will reconnect after years of complicated history. These two men share a painful past, marked by betrayals, business rivalries, and deeply personal wounds that go back to the days when their lives intertwined through Hilary Curtis and Lily Winters. Now, Kane is back in town, older and, perhaps, wiser. His return isn't just a cameo, it's a reckoning. The once scheming businessman seems intent on making amends and proving that he's changed. But Devon, who has been burned too many times by false promises, isn't so easily convinced. Their meeting will test both men's capacity for forgiveness and growth. Devon's opposition to Kane's plea for redemption. Devon has always been a man of principle. Since inheriting his father Neil Winter's legacy, he has strived to maintain integrity in both business and family. But when trust is broken, Devon's forgiveness doesn't come easy. Kane's previous manipulations, from business deception to personal betrayal, left deep scars. Even if Kane's intentions are now pure, Devon has no reason to believe words alone can undo years of deceit. Although polite conversation is likely to begin their meeting, tensions will quickly subside. Kane may express regret and desire to rebuild their friendship or professional partnership, but Devon's skepticism will dominate the encounter. He could easily remind Kane that actions speak louder than words, a pointed challenge for a man whose past is littered with empty promises. Still, there's an emotional undercurrent here that longtime fans will recognize. Devon has experienced profound loss, Hillary, Neil, and even his connection to family members who've drifted away. Kane is also aware of the agony of being alone. Perhaps, beneath the anger and suspicion, there's room for mutual healing. Their reconnect ion might not be smooth, but it could mark the beginning of a fragile truce, one that brings them back into the same orbit, whether through business, family, or shared redemption. The ghosts that never die. Mariah Copeland facing her past while the men of Genoa City wrestle with ego and ambition. Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, is grappling with something much darker, her past. Y&R spoilers reveal that Mariah's long-buried traumas are resurfacing, pushing her into therapy and stirring memories she thought she'd buried forever. Whispers around Genoa City suggest that Ian Ward, Ray Wise, one of the show's most sinister villains, may return, at least through Mariah's memories or hallucinations. Ian's relationship with Mariah is frightful. Ian's psychological hold, as the cult leader who once brainwashed and exploited her, left scars that never fully healed. Those memories are now clinging desperately to the surface. Mariah's therapy sessions might start as gentle explorations of her anxiety, but as Ian's shadow looms larger, she'll be forced to confront the darkest corners of her past. The show may depict Mariah's internal struggle through dream sequences or flashbacks, blending psychological tension with emotional depth. Tessa's struggle, a fractured support system. Adding fuel to the fire is Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, Mariah's wife, who seems to be facing her own downward spiral. In a preview clip, Tessa appears to be intoxicated, falling down the stairs before being spotted by Daniel Romalotti Jr., according to spoilers. Graziardi, Michael Tessa tries to kiss him impulsively in a state of confusion and misplaced vulnerability. The question now becomes, will Daniel reciprocate or stop her before things go too far? If Daniel rejects her, it could trigger Tessa's self-loathing and deepen her emotional instability. However, the repercussions could wreak havoc not only on Mariah's already fragile mental state but also on his relationship with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. This plotline brilliantly interweaves multiple emotional arcs: trauma, temptation, guilt, and redemption. Tessa's behavior could be a manifestation of her own unspoken pain, perhaps guilt for not understanding the full extent of Mariah's suffering, or frustration at her inability to help her partner heal. Phyllis Summers plots revenge and finds an unlikely ally. Elsewhere in Genoa City, Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, is once again letting her fiery temper drive her actions. After being humiliated and outmaneuvered by Christine Blair, Laura Lee Bell, Phyllis decides to plot revenge, a familiar path for the red-headed powerhouse who thrives on chaos. However, retaliation in Genoa City always comes at a cost. Surprisingly, Phyllis finds herself forming an unexpected understanding with Kane Ashby later in the week. Both are flawed, passionate individuals who've made catastrophic mistakes in love and life. Their mutual recognition of that could lay the groundwork for a dangerous alliance, or even a future romance. It wouldn't be the first time Phyllis has found herself drawn to someone who reflects her own worst tendencies. The pairing of Kane and Phyllis could create an intriguing power dynamic, two wounded souls finding solace in shared ambition. Whether they're collaborating or colliding, their interactions will certainly be worth watching. Nate Hastings receives a mysterious invitation. Sean Dominic's Nate Hastings becomes involved in his own subplot amid the emotional chaos. Spoilers tease that Nate receives an unexpected invitation, one that could pull him back into corporate warfare or personal temptation. Nate's struggle to strike a balance between ambition and morality has shaped his journey over the past year. His foray into the business world and affair with Victoria Newman made him a polarizing figure, despite the fact that he was once regarded as a doctor with good intentions. Now, this invitation could signal a new test. Will Nate revert to his old ways, or will he finally take charge of his story? If the invitation involves Audra Charles or the Newman Empire, it could reignite some of the show's most volatile rivalries. Going to any lengths for Audra in Sally Spectra's desperate situation in the meantime, Courtney hopes Sally Spectra takes center stage in a shocking new twist. Spoilers reveal that she'll go to extremes to help Audra Charles. The two women have had a complex dynamic, part rivalry, part reluctant alliance, and this week, that relationship might reach its breaking point. The fact that Sally decided to intervene on Audra's behalf suggests that there are significant stakes, possibly involving personal betrayal, legal issues, or business. Her motivations could stem from empathy. Sally knows what it's like to be vilified in Genoa City, but her actions may backfire, dragging her into a web of deception she can't easily escape. This could also signal a turning point in Sally's arc, pushing her closer to redemption or destruction. Her fierce loyalty often leads her into dangerous territory, and if she's risking her career or reputation to save Audra, it may once again prove that Sally's biggest weakness is her heart.